Alright everyone, welcome back to the Samui Swine Classic, the 7th edition presented by Innova Champion Discs. This is the final 11 holes of this A-tier event. I'm Nate Perkins and I'm joined here today with 5-time world champion Paige Pierce.
Alright, and look at that monkey climbing up the tree. It's a familiar sight out here.
Going to get the coconuts, right?
Yeah, they picked the coconuts right out of the trees. So we started off on hole 12. This one's 144 feet. The only real danger is the triple mando right off the front of the tee, but these players shouldn't have a hard time hitting this gap. We're going to hopefully see some ace runs.
Yeah, it's hard not to think ace run on this hole. When you're standing on this tee box and the basket is that close. I mean, there's some players on the tour that might even consider jump putting this.
Yeah, absolutely. Weston throwing that harp a little bit deep. He's going to have that palm tree to deal with.
And Philo is going into this final lap with a very comfortable 7-stroke lead over James.
Ooh, James kind of put that one chain height.
Yeah.
We saw in the front lap of this that he was kind of ace running a couple, so hoping to see some runs at the basket here. Oh, all right. Perfectly placed, right on Philo's. I like that speed control too.
Making minis, as some people say.
Yeah. Weston now with this obstructed putt. Wow. That was exciting.
He's giving the palm some love. I believe he said that he missed that one right and the palm actually kicked it in.
You could tell it was kind of moving to the right a little. Philo with easy birdie here. Now you have the exact same putt. Making it look easy. Alright, star birdie frame to start the back lap.
Hole 13, 279 feet. There is a mando early on the left side, and OB starts about halfway up the fairway on the right and continues back and around the right side of the pin. This is the main gap right here. You can see it's really not that wide. It's a very
really
small gap.
And I think that's most of the reason why Weston goes with this thumber here. He's throwing a spark, which is really overstable, and he's just trying to make sure it gets through there and gets a nice big skip. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Sneaky.
He loved
He
it.
got all the way up there.
Yeah. There is OB on the right and deep, and a mando about 80 feet off the tee on the left. These two shots don't even get close to out of bounds. Beautiful line there from Philo.
Yeah, I don't think he made it there.
Again, James is going with his most understable JK ABR on a very steep hyzer, flipping up really quick. Nearly perfect right there.
Yeah, you can see how much hyzer he has to start that thing off with. It's beautiful to watch that angle control he's got with that old greenie.
And that was a pretty good release, just a little left, and it caught that one guardian tree on that left side.
It was very direct right off the chains. I mean, that was from downtown, maybe like 80 feet.
Yeah.
Philo now obstructed, short right. Can't quite get that one there. Let's see if Weston or James can pick one up.
Stay up.
Came out a little early, a little low.
So James from 30 for the solo birdie.
Yeah.
All right. And that'll get him one closer to Philo. He's now at 29 under. Still got a ways to go, though. Philo, like you said, has a pretty commanding lead. And Philo's won this event twice, so this would be for his third victory here Onko Samui Island.
And we got a note over here on hole 14, the crowd that we have.
Mm-hmm.
We have, I believe it was called the Swedish House.
Yeah.
And they were basically throwing a party right here behind this tee pad. They made signs for everybody. They were cheering everybody on. It was a really cool atmosphere.
Yeah, you can rent the houses right on the side of the course for $300 for a month, and people were just finishing their round and watching y'all throw from right over there. Watching James park it.
Yeah, James with that James Conrad Glow AVR.
Love this view. Weston throwing his harp. Not quite as close as James, but he's right there looking at an easy birdie. Philo with a little too much hyzer on this one.
Oh, wow.
No. And just a couple last minute skids out of bounds. He's going to be looking to go to that drop zone and throw a bit up from 60, 65 feet. Otherwise, he's going to give away 2 strokes. Wow.
And my shot was also headed toward the OB, and it gets a little bit of tree love, and stay safe.
Philo now. Yeah, you see
Just kind of
that's
laid that one up.
It's
Yeah.
a hard one to give a full committed run to, but, you know, laying that up, he knows he's losing 2 strokes to both Weston, James, and yourself after that birdie putt. So that's a big little scoring swing
that's
right
about
there.
as big of a stroke swing as you're going to see on this course. 2 strokes right there. That moves James to within 4 after he taps in his birdie.
I love the little backpack and the sunglasses. Just goes to show you how relaxed this tournament is.
Hole 15, 305 feet. You've got some early trees to miss right off the tee, and then 3/4 up the way of the fairway, you've got these 2 small gaps here on the right side. We've seen Philo and James get down there with the backhand turnover. We've seen the forehand get down there. And James is going old greeny again on this 300-foot
Oh my
hole,
gosh.
and he actually hit the deck right there. It looked like he went down hard, too.
That was a beautiful throw. I mean, just a tiny bit high, if anything. And I think that palm frond took a little bit of distance off. Weston now going with that thumber just a little bit low, or do you think he was aiming it that far low? It's hard for me to know on those thumbers, but
Looks like that forehand kind of squeaked through on the high side. It's just such a small gap up there.
Yeah, it is.
So hard to hit. And this is a really tough line that Weston is left with, and you can see he hits very early, and he has another approach.
I'm not sure why he went for that shot right there.
It didn't look like he had too much.
Yeah, but he could have popped out that right side and threw a little skip shot into the green.
Oh, wow, and that putter shot just kind of trails off to the left side over there, and he's going to be left with a circle 2 look for his single bogey.
Oh my goodness. That was silky smooth. Beautiful Anheuser putter shot from Philo. Yeah, this is similar position to where he was earlier, and he missed that one. Let's see if he can correct it here.
Oh, wow. What a putt to save the single bogey.
Wow. Alright, and here you are from what, 40, 45 feet? Ooh, just enough
Just
height.
off the top.
Great putt. And that was for birdie. So you're picking up 2 on Weston.
Oh no.
James can't convert on his birdie attempt.
And that was to move him within 3 of Philo.
Ooh.
Get that comeback to stick, but you know he's thinking about that first putt. Yeah, you can see him shaking his head there in that disappointment. I mean, that was one of the few chances that he's gonna have on this course. I mean, we've got a lot of birdies left, and I don't see Philo missing too many of them. Alright, we are moving into hole 16, the only par 4 on the property at 627 feet. OB right at the start of that thick tree line, and OB left that kind of shapes the fairway from left to right. The drone is flying through the main gap right here, although we've seen Philo go on that right side low ceiling gap each time on his approach.
I love your sidearm play on this one. That one just came out a little bit early.
Yeah.
It's going to be on the right side, but I like that you're aiming towards the biggest gap in the fairway.
Yeah, it shapes up well for a distance forehand.
Oh,
no.
That was a pretty beneficial kick.
Yeah, that very well could have been going out of bounds on that left side.
Philo now, like you said, going down that right side gap. Ooh, and this one's got more hyzer than he has the past couple times. I think it's going to be good. Oh.
Wow, and he gets a
too much
huge
of a
skip, and he's pushing that left side out of bounds. This is Weston with an Explorer. Nice and flat, getting a solid drift. Needs to get down, and it just sails. That came out so quick.
Yeah, and that right to left wind definitely pushed it towards the OB more.
Yeah, dude.
Great sidearm there with that FP3, color glow FP3.
Yeah.
Close to pin high, it looks like. James forced to go that low hyzer, but just hits that stump and does not let him progress forward. Actually, it looks like Weston's going to have to go down that same gap. Oh,
That's headed toward the OB. Oh, and he gets a kick out.
Wow.
That was very close to being double out of bounds. Very beneficial kick there.
And Philo going that right side again. And he hits it yet again.
James now with a very easy, a very short approach. But that angle,
easy for him. Very tricky little left to right shot that he had.
Especially with the backhand. He's just so good at his angles with that putter. And that was for 2 consecutive jump putt birdies. That one was a little bit longer, maybe 60 feet, just a little bit high.
No.
Oh my goodness, James. Man, and those last 2 putts are definitely going to haunt him, I feel like. Like you said, Philo's not going to miss too much more, so.
That was a huge miss right there from James.
Philo will extend his lead after that mistake from James, and a very well played hole from Philo.
Moving into hole 17, the longest par 3 on the property at 436 feet. There's OB all along the left side, and there's also OB all along the right side. We've seen Philo take that up the middle route. Anheuser with that stable destroyer, and we've also seen the flat to hyzer shot on that right side.
I love watching Philo throw this hole.
Look up.
He makes that look like that is the shot to throw.
Wow, and he even improves on his shot from the front half.
That's so beautiful watching it fly through all those palms. And you're trying it again. You're following Philo's line. You're determined to get it.
Oh, and Philo just really makes it look so easy,
He
but I
does.
can assure you it's not that easy of a line to hit. James is going Wraith here. Flat to hyzer on that right side.
Looking for a skip or two.
Gets a little kiss off that tree. I don't know if that hurt it or helped it. I
think it would have got more left.
I think it would have been a little bit better if
Yeah.
it missed that tree.
Weston going with the flex, but he's going down the right side. Not sure if that was a miss on his angle or a miss on his line. But he's pin high nonetheless. Ooh. Looked like it almost banked off the tree and kicked in. Weston seems like he's just putting his putts a little right today. It's the third one we've seen. Little right, and he's just, that kind of a miss isn't really that surprising from 50 feet, but he's just such a good putter.
And this is about as off as I've seen James on the putting green
In a long time.
maybe ever. And that is 3 putts in a row
Yeah.
from inside the circle, and that one was over the top of the basket and left. You got to think that there's just something going on. Something with the rhythm is just off right now for JC.
Yeah, and just the disappointment continues. You can tell he knows that's not him out there, whether it's sweaty palms from it being 90 degrees or, like you said, something in the timing. He's got to get that figured out quick. And that's one of the hardest things to do mid-round when you're having some struggles, like how do you turn it around with 5 holes to play still?
Maybe if I just practice those.
Moving into hole 18, 344 feet. These trees on the right are very close. They creep into the mind a little bit. Mando on the left side kind of forces the shape of this hole. It's really an Anheuser for the right-hand backhand with an overstable disc. We've seen Philo go with that overstable mid-range. He's been throwing it great all weekend.
Yeah, I think this is a good change. The first round, if you guys tuned into round 1, he went with that pink rock that was just straighter, and he wasn't getting as close, so I think this is a really good change for Philo. And I liked your line, just a little bit more turn would have been great if it, we could get around that branch. James really torqued that one over, starting to hyzer back, but that tree just stopped his forward progress.
And Weston making the correction off of the front half miss. Great correction with that spark right there.
That thing is so overstable.
Yeah, it is. Comes out quick.
Alright, so this one's a little outside the circle for James. I thought he had it. Little low left. Gets one of those infamous splash outs when you hit the ring.
Solid putt from Weston. We've definitely got a little battle going on for second and third place. Like we said before, there is a podium out here, and there's something about that 1, 2, 3 podium that kind of... I mean, you always want to finish in the top 3.
Of course.
but there's something about it. Getting to stand up on it.
Yeah, and bending down and
getting your medal.
Yeah, and watching Nigel put the medal over you. It's really cool.
But yes, we definitely have a battle for second and third going on. Right now, James has 2 over Weston and 3 over myself. We're moving into the final 4 holes here. Hole 19, 312 feet. It's pretty much dead straight. The palm trees, a quarter of the way down the fairway, kind of force the shape. Seen Philo go with this DX rock on that left side, flipping up.
Oh my gosh. Tracking the basket perfectly. What a beautiful shot. Even with that last minute tree hit, he's still on the sand and inside the circle. Weston now with his spark. Finds that guardian tree. I feel like that is the tree.
Yeah, you kind of got to go left of that one or split them. Like this.
Perfectly split. That's the smallest gap, but it's the most direct one.
Yeah, that gap is pretty much straight out the basket.
Yeah. And now we got James with his Glow JC AVR. Similar line to Philo's, a little bit lower, so he's going to be a little shorter, but again, he will be inside the circle as well. Wow, and Weston with
gave
some
that a
power.
solid bid.
That's from over 100 feet.
And so at this point in the round, Weston and I are kind of joking with each other that we're going to take third place, right? Like we know where we're at. We know we're a few back of James, and we know we're battling with each other. So I definitely gave Weston some love for his good run, and he gives it up for my birdie, and we're back tied.
Oh, and James, another short miss.
That's 5 in a row, Paige.
Yeah, the one on the last hole was outside the circle, so... But, oh man, it's hard to watch because you know how great of a putter James is, and it's almost like he's trying too hard or something. It's hard to be inside of his head, of course, but those are putts he never misses.
Yeah. Moving into Birdie Alley, we've got 3 holes left in this A-tier event. Hole 20, 213, dead straight, OB left and OB long. That tree kind of makes it into a low ceiling.
And there is that Mando short of that tree on the right, but it doesn't really come into play.
Philo catches that tree, kicks him off and outside the circle.
Yeah.
And that's a misfire that finds its way all the way up there.
Weston with that harp sidearm, and he's in almost the exact same spot that he was earlier.
We saw him hit exactly right there and almost make that putt on the first lap. Sure, James is thinking ace right there.
A little low for the ace, but absolutely parked. That's going to put the pressure on Philo to have to hit this 40-footer, but, you know, as you guys can see, James has 9 strokes to catch up to Philo, so I wouldn't say that.
Weston hits it from downtown just when I thought I was getting a stroke with 2 holes to go. Weston hits the huge circle 2 putt.
Wow. From over the mound.
Philo as well from outside the circle.
He's loving it.
James is going to tap this in to stay 2 ahead of Weston and myself. The battle for third continues. Hole 21, 197 feet. Pretty tricky. As short as it is, it's not a guaranteed birdie.
No, it's definitely not. This one has very small lines up the middle, or this wide look that Philo's going, but it brings a lot of branches into play. He makes it look easy and essentially parks it.
catches a late tree, and that's going to be just outside the circle. And Weston is loving it. He knows that it's his chance to get a stroke on me.
Gets just a bit closer than you. Now James looking at that same gap. Him with a AVR there, and just a nice little putter skip forward. Lots of good spin on that release. Very wide straddle stance here.
Yeah, I'm having to go around this tree. It's a pretty tough look, but I'm feeling good about it. So stoked to see that one go in. There's a great crowd cheering us on. Weston loved it. We're just having a lot of fun here at this event. Oh yes, and he gets it to stick from 30 feet.
The battle continues for you guys with one hole to play. Who can get the birdie? Who can take that podium spot? Philo, on the other hand, is just taking his little victory lap.
Yeah, Philo has a 9 strokes over James. That is substantial.
Yes, it is.
For the holes that we've played. And this is the final hole of this 8-tier event. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Shout out to the disc golf guys. Shout out to Nigel, to Luke, to Riley, to all the people that make this event special.
Yeah, it's awesome to be out here in Nigel's backyard, and then to know we got a whole barbecue cooking up for us as soon as this final hole is tapped in. Just such a special experience to join people from 16 countries.
16 countries.
Yeah.
And play some disc golf on an island, and then go have a barbecue community style together. Philo looking at that Anheuser gap, hits a late tree and kicks himself about 50 feet to the left. Oh, and you're going for that wide little soft flex FD3. That was a beautiful shot.
Putting the pressure on Weston right here. I'm parked. He's also going harp. And he hits the smallest tree right there. Once again, it kicks him down. He's going to have a 50-footer.
And James sent that one flying. Wow.
Oh, Greeny just didn't flip for him
I
that time.
have to imagine that was an ace run that didn't flip over. Philo now could just make a statement putt if he wants to get the crowd excited. Oh my
That was
goodness.
such a beautiful putt, too. He kind of can't believe it.
He's like, how did that not go in? Just a tiny bit higher, Philo.
And this is Weston, a little bit closer than I thought. This is maybe 45 feet to tie for third.
Oh, and a tiny bit high.
He thought he had it. I thought he had it.
Now James to close out a good tournament, takes second place. Oh, those branches just took a little bit of spin off his putter, and he falls short on that one. All right, and that birdie putt will make you be able to stand on the podium.
Yeah.
Give you that third
Super
place spot.
stoked. Especially after Weston won last weekend's tournament. I mean, he's a solid player.
Yeah, and like you said, he set the course record the first round, and the weekend before set the course record at the other course. So he's playing some good golf, and battled down to the last putt. It was cool. All right, and we got Philo adding up the scorecard over here.
Three, Weston.
And what a tournament by Philo Brathwaite. I mean, to beat
two.
the U.S. champion by 9 strokes at this course, it's really something sweet.
Yeah, it is. I want to thank Terry Miller for the footage, and thanks for having us on the commentary. We'll see you next time.
Announce it, Nigel.
All right, your 2020 Samui Swine Classic champion, Philo Brathwaite. Oh, yeah. 10 times the champ. Third time. You're in. You're locked in. There you go.
Got the turkey.
All right, I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and this is my video blog. I'm joined by the now 3-time champion here at the Samui Swine Classic, Philo Brathwaite. Philo, how does it feel?
Feels awesome, man. It's always nice to win. It's pretty, obviously you look at the stats, I don't win all the time. Especially against guys like James. That guy's such a beast, and how, talented everybody is these days. It's just nice to win anything, anywhere.
In the last 3 months, I've seen you in 3 different countries.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting around, you're helping out all the fans, you're helping out all the people that admire and look up to you. You're a teacher, you're an instructor, you do so many different things, yet you come compete at a high level. How do you keep it all organized? How do you keep it straight?
I just do it, man. I don't really think about it. I just go. I mean, it's kind of the lifestyle that we live. I've been fortunate enough to be able to build my, brand around teaching more than just playing, even though I've been a solid player most of my career. But, after a while, I kind of felt like I had a knack for helping people, and I'm just helping kind of a spirit in general. So it just feels like natural to me. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like anybody asked me to fill this role. It's just a role I wanted to fill, and it's working out, man. It's great. It's really cool.
As you're doing all these travels and then you come to an island like here in Koh Samui,
Yep.
What is it about the vibe or the people or the course?
It's all these
What
guys,
is it?
man. It's all these guys. People from everywhere that come down here, and it's very similar to the Croatia feel. I mean, I wish we had like a one solid hotel where everybody hung out and partied like that, but, it's so much fun to see so many people from all over the globe, different walks of life, and we all come together and we enjoy this atmosphere together, and what else, what better could it be, man? It's special.
Well,
Very
a little
special.
secret you let me in on a few weeks ago when we were together is that you might be of master's age soon.
I am.
But are we going to see you here competing at the highest level in the MPO field?
Yeah, I don't have any plans to play anything else but maybe 2 of the age-protected majors, and everything else is pro open. I mean, try to show these guys, what's up.
It's where you belong. All right.
You know what I'm saying.
Again, Philo
All right.
Brathwaite, your Samui Swine Classic champion. We'll catch you guys next time.
Love getting outside and challenging yourself to become better? How about spending time with family and friends, or just marveling at the pure joy of flight? Then you've come to the right place at the right time. Join the PDGA.